Hi there, everyone. If you're here to learn about apartment building investing, then you are definitely in the right place. Today I want to talk about, hey, what is the best strategy, to get started in real estate investing? And the answer may surprise you. So if that sounds good, stick around. Let's get right into the teaching. So when I got started with real estate, it was back in 2006 before the recession, and I was on my quest to financial freedom. And the way I did it, like every so many people, I'm thinking single family houses. I signed up with a local mentor. He happened to be a wholesaler, so he taught me marketing and negotiating tactics. And I was like, wholesaling, schmolesaling. I'm going right to rehabbing. You make more money. So I just went a step further and took what he told me and started rehabbing houses. I also did a bunch of other stuff. I learned how to trade stocks and options, and as you know, I got into the restaurant business, which cost me my shirt. But on the house flipping side, this is how I got started in real estate. And it was the problem is I made a lot of money, but it was very active. And I read all the 4-Hour Workweek books. I had all the systems in place, but that was still, I couldn't just take 30 days off and go somewhere else, or 60 days and have my team. It required a lot of presence and interaction. So it's very people intensive, right? Things are always going wrong with general contractors. So if I'm teaching multifamily right now, why in the world did I get started rehabbing? It's a fair question. The short answer is I didn't know any better. Okay, I didn't know any better because everybody around me, if you go to local RIA meetings every single month, everybody's sitting there thinking single family houses. There's very, very few multifamily investors going to these real estate meetings, right? And that's what everybody was doing around me. That's what everybody was teaching. All the courses were like that. So that's why I got into rehabbing, and it has to do a lot with your comfort zone and the people that you're around to. And that's why I got started with a wholesaler and rehabbing. I did some lease options. I held a few of them, and this is great. But, it was not necessarily the best course. It's certainly not the most direct. And I just didn't know that. For me, my ultimate goal was financial freedom. But as I was going through it, it looks like to me from the outside looking back that my goal was to work for myself and be a real estate investor. And I checked that box. But I discovered that that wasn't the lifestyle I was after. And I knew in the back of my mind, I had taken an apartment building boot camp in 2007. I kind of filed it away, and I was like, my gosh. And I kind of got into my first building in 2011, a little bit more by accident. I was like, man, this apartment building just keeps sending me mailbox money versus these house flips making great money. But man, it's just a churn. Every time I sell a house, I make a money, and then that's the end of the money. It never really appealed to me. And there's so many advantages of apartment buildings, as you guys already know, right? I mean, first of all, it's the most passive investment you can get into. There's no question about it. It's highly leveraged, right? A small tweak in the net operating income can result in huge value add gains. The tax advantages are outrageous. And there's so many different ways you can get started. You can be a deal finder, you can be a syndicator, you can be a capital raiser, you can be a passive investor. I think fundamentally you have to ask yourself, when you're thinking your first strategy, what do you want? Okay? And it's probably not, I want to be a real estate investor. Because as a wholesaler, I can tell you that's probably not the lifestyle you want. Now, I know some wholesalers. These guys have huge wholesaling businesses, and they architected their business to be a passive lifestyle. But it has to be a very intentional act, and you have to achieve fairly large scale to do it. You just have to be clear about what you want. And most people, including myself, was not. So I was told I needed to start small and start slowly. And I'm not sure that was the best advice. I really don't. I mean, now I believe that anyone can start multifamily right from the start without spending months, years in the single family house investing space. There is a direct goal. And you have to ask yourself what you really want, right? And I think the answer to that question is yes, I want financial freedom. I want to be able to travel whenever I want. And so the answer is yes. I can guarantee you this. Really think about your single family house strategy. Very few people retire off single family house investing, and most 98% quietly do it with multifamily. So if you haven't done any investing yet, I would strongly urge you to skip the single family house investing and go right into multifamily. There's ways to do it. This is why I wrote this book, Financial Freedom with Real Estate Investing. It's on Amazon, bright yellow book, Financial Freedom with Real Estate Investing, and just read that. If you're already a single family house investor, you kind of already know what I'm talking about because you're feeling some of the pain. I would strongly urge you to take a strong look at multifamily. The good news with multifamily is there's so many benefits, but the good news is you can get started with no experience at all. And you can get started even if you have none of your own cash. This is why I love this business. And you can start in a variety of ways. You can find a deal and bring it to someone with money. You can bring the money and bring it to someone with deals. You can be a passive investor. The joint venturing aspect of multifamily is incredible. So all I'm saying is when you're thinking about first strategy, really take a hard look at the strategy that you're about to undertake or undertaking, question it, and then give multifamily a strong thought. All right, that's it. If you loved this training video, let me know in the comments below. And I did want to point out to you that our next live event is going to be in July 26, 27, 2019 in Dallas, called Dealmaker Live. It's going to be the largest event ever for multifamily investing. Everyone who's everyone is going to be there. Make sure you grab your tickets at themichaelblanc.com/event. That's Dealmaker Live, July 26, 27 in Dallas. All right, before you go, make sure you subscribe to my channel because we're putting out stuff every single week. Grab my free ebook as well. And hey, check out this next video.